Hey Legionnaires, welcome back. We're here with another NTW 3 battle for you today, and this is the Battle of Toulouse, fought in 1814 at the end of the Peninsular War. This is the very final battle of the Peninsular War, in fact, and did in fact end one of the final battles. And a few days shortly after this, the end of the Napoleonic Wars came, as well as we have a Spanish cavalry charge here against some French cavalry here. Looks like the Spanish might in fact lose this fight here. Wow, they got routed by a much smaller French unit there. And the cavalry over here also defeated by the Dragoons of France. So a bad start for the Spanish there, and losing an infantry unit as well. Yes, this is a glorious NTW3 historical battle for you today. We haven't had one in a while, but it is good to be back. We are here with 9.3 version of the mod, and we have some glorious historical battles. We do have 3 British armies here, joined by a Spanish army, and then we have 4 French armies on the defense as well. So the French here actually defending France. They're no longer fighting in Spain and Portugal. They've been kicked out, and now they are back in France and trying to survive. There's actually a French cavalry unit sneaking in behind here. Can the French actually hold on to Toulouse? This is a new map. This is the Toulouse map that came with the 9.3 update or patch. It looks great. I mean, it looks really cool. I mean, you got Toulouse there. You got San Cyprien, which I believe is a bit of a redoubt. We also have over here, I believe there's the other redoubt I think that they have set up here. So the French are going to have to defend this position here. We do have the British on the march. They're coming forward with their Portuguese troops. There were plenty of Portuguese troops in the British army. Around about a third to a half of the British forces were Portuguese, but well trained, trained by Field Marshal Beresford himself, as he's leading this army. In fact, here we have Beresford here. Jeez, good shot into this unit here, the 31st Huntingdonshire. But yes, we do have a Wellington over there, and I believe we have another Wellington here. Yes, we have 2 Wellingtons, a Beresford Corps, and then we also have Ferreira, which is the actual corps that was corps commander that was at the Battle of Toulouse for the Spanish. But I didn't think the Spanish were actually at Toulouse, because I believe that they were held back in reserve in Spain, because Napoleon feared that they would ravage France as the French had ravaged Spain, and they wanted revenge. But apparently they were this one. But yes, this is a coalition victory in history. The British do take the city of Toulouse, and do then obviously hear very soon after that the French have surrendered, and there's a treaty and an armistice, until obviously it all kicks off again in 1815 with Waterloo. But yes, so yeah, we will see whether the French can change history, whether they can hold on to Toulouse. I don't think that would change the outcome of the war. The French and the Russians, the Russians, the Prussians, and the Austrians all at the door of Paris. The British were a long way away. They were merely distracting French forces. But yeah, it will be interesting to see whether the French can hold on and change history a little bit. We've got some Polish troops here fighting alongside the French. You've got to remember that the French army is still quite multicultural at this point. Or multinational, I should say. And the French cav here. What French cav is it in behind? It's like a little, I don't know what unit this is. Maybe it's like a little chasseur, maybe unit. I don't know what. Maybe a German. Looks like it could be Portuguese with the brown sort of uniform. But there is obviously Manuel Freire here himself. He's in the back line. He's not being protected at the moment. There is infantry here that could protect him potentially, but the Spanish cav going wide at the moment needs to maybe come back in and protect. And here we go. The French are going to go for it. They're going to go for the Spanish general here, and if they can take him out, this is a big loss to Spanish, who already have pretty shocking morale. And they are about to get taken out here by the French cavalry. So there you go. They have lost their general. He is routing. Will he get killed off? I don't know. They've certainly routed him. I don't think they've killed him. But yeah, that is a big loss there. You can see that the Spanish rushing forward their artillery. Really, they should have been pulling back their cavalry. Like, they've got provisional dragoons over here, which they should really be retreating these guys to kind of cover their rear. I mean, good that they had their cav out on the flank, but I mean, this area over here kind of protected. The British and the Spanish had a bit of a crossfire. They didn't need to worry about that too much. But yeah, you always need to worry about your rear, especially if you see cavalry go behind you and you see it get spotted. So that is a big loss there for the coalition. Seeing an artillery piece over here. 9-pounder getting set up. This is now going to try and put some rounds into the French. Can't really see too much, but they're doing some damage. We are seeing an assault over here as well by the British. The British are now actually in a line fight here. With the Dorset foot doing their bit. Yes, if you're enjoying the NTW3 action and would like to see some more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe to them around here, and a comment showing support. It really does help out the channel, and it is very much appreciated, guys, as we work towards 8K subs. And there you go, a glorious volley from the British. Rule Britannia, and down with Napoleon and all that. And we've got the King's German Legion like Bud here. King's German Legion, always a really solid unit. Got good, actually, good reloading skill. So they will do very good jobs. And here we go, we've got a cav charge coming up here. We've got some, looks like some Portuguese cavalry coming in here. They're going to try and take out the artillery here of the French. Looks like they might actually do it, but they did rout themselves. So it came at a cost. But you know what? It was worth it, I guess, to take out that artillery. And now, I mean, the French had a really good position with their artillery on this redoubt here. And we're going to be able to shell down on the British. But the British can now advance. And they can maybe take this ground. They've got the Queen's Own Germans there coming forward. What have we got back here? We've got dragoons, which are basically like heavy cav for the British. They have more Portuguese cavalry back there as well. But yeah, good early success there for the British. We're also dueling out on their side as well. I believe all 4 of the French corps are just Soult, because Soult at this point is Commander-in-Chief of the armies of the South. Defending southern France while trying his best. He's kind of amalgamated what remained of Suchet's armies and taken over command of the army of Portugal and the army of the North. The army of Portugal, not really actually fighting in Portugal anymore, but it kept its name. We have the Light Dragoons over here. The Scarlet Lancers going in. Can they defeat the Dragoons? It looks like we're going to see more Dragoons coming in. We've also got more the Emperor's Chambermaids, which I'm pretty sure is a really good and one of the best Light Dragoons available. Yeah, they are out here on the flank 14th. They're going to try and maybe flank in, help against these Dragoons. And if they can, this is a big win here for them. And in they go. They're going to get a flanking charge and they will rout this other Dragoon unit. It's already on low morale, and there you go. That has been routed. A big, big loss there for the French. You can see infantry already running. The British, I've got the French on the run. It's a sight Wellington is used to seeing. There you go. Yeah, early gains on that side for the British. And on this side as well, the British and their Portuguese allies and the Spanish here making a push. Or trying to make a push. Got Portuguese infantry here. Getting ready. I don't know if they're even firing. They need to. There we go. It's not as glorious as when the British do it. No offense to any Portuguese. It's just not as glorious. Cavalry coming forward here. Cavalry unit looks like it's going to go for the guns, perhaps. It's a risk, but it's a decent risk. I mean, they've got to break through this tiny little cavalry unit first. And, I mean, this cavalry unit's already been routed once. I imagine it could get routed again. And they're actually going to get out of there. But, I mean, I think the Portuguese are trying to form square or just, you know, forming up. The cavalry breaks really good there by the British and the Spanish. But the Spanish cavalry broke again. That's no use. Well, actually, we've got the infantry, the artillery crew here. I don't know what they're doing, running at the enemy. I don't know if that's an effective move, but there you go. We've got the Scots here, the Highland foot. They're being brought up. 74th. I mean, they're close to artillery. There's a big artillery gun emplacement here. This is, I presume, like a horse artillery position. Yeah, these guys are very close to the front lines. Let's get a volley. They have great uniforms, though, do the French. Really good uniforms. Volleys going off over there. I mean, the French are clearing out the Spanish on this side here. The Spanish being a bit too aggressive, probably. I mean, they are a weak Spanish corps. They need to be careful. We've got British troops over here breaking as well. In the skilling breaking. I think they made an assault. Yeah, you can see the British dead here. And yeah, the French have sent them packing. We've got Polish grenadiers there that did that. And the French here as well, charging down and taking out the British. Or more like some Portuguese troops. But yeah, doing a good job. This is a big grenadier unit here that's just managed to do that damage. And we have a bit of a build-up of cav here from the French. Lots of dragoons. They look like they're going to be taking on some cavalry battalion of the Portuguese. But yeah, back over to this side, see what's going on. The French still dueling with the British here, and the Spanish are coming forward once again. They need to be just careful. They need to be. They've got no general. Their morale kind of sucks already. They just need to stay in the game.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Stay in the game and they'll be okay. Just harass the French. Don't allow them to retreat. Just allow the British to wear down the French. They've got good accuracy to the British. Good reloading skill. They're just better. Looks like more Polish infantry here. Kind of tell by the officer. The officer is like that iconic sort of, and the drummer as well. It's that Polish sort of style, Shako. And here we go. We got a charge from the Highlanders. The Highlanders coming forward. They look like they're going to try and rout the French here. We've got the Highlanders charging here. They're going to try and break through. And they do it. They look like they have. They just routed them. Oh, they routed themselves, but shouldn't matter. We have the Coldstream Guards come forward as well. They're taking a lot of casualties. They're being charged by some sappers. But yeah, the Highlanders here routing a lot of troops, the 74th Highlanders. They're going to be able to get into the guns at the moment. British infantry as well here helping to rout the infantry supporting. And can the Coldstream Guards get in there? I mean, there you go. Highlanders getting in amongst the guns. That'll silence them. Big win here for the British. And the British as well clearing up the French here, causing a lot of troops to rout. A lot of dead French here, in fact, as well. They have a lot of cavs still massed here, and the artillery is still causing problems, to say the least. There you go. Big win there for the British, who can now flank if they want to. I think they can cross this river, so there's always that option. The French look like they're forming up with this sort of redoubt here, this little position with their little wall. They're like, prepare men, use the wall for cover. Fire at those redcoats, those damn redcoats. And the French here as well, getting just like obliterated by two British units, getting outgunned by King's German Legion. There you go, they're done. We have British cav out here, or Portuguese cav, shadowing some French there. And we have a cavalry charge here by the French. Now, these Portuguese infantry that I think they could have fought square. Yeah, they could have, but did not. And that's a shame because they look like they're going to get broken here to the Portuguese. They need to form square in other areas. This one's to do with forming square as well. They need to like get on it. And the French come forward here in a horde. This looks like a lot of grenadiers. This could be effective. The cavalry has broken as well. Mercifully, it's broken. But here we go, grenadiers. They are trying to do the bit. You can see the Portuguese breaking on either side. They just need to get out of here. Can they form square? Because there's more cavalry on the way. These guys can form square, these troops, but it looks like again not going to be able to form square here. Portuguese getting caught out by the French, and it looks like they're going to get broken as well. That's a big loss. Will the other one form square? No, it looks like this one's also probably going to break just from the sheer size of the dragoons. There you go, that broke. And then the British did form square here, but a lot of Portuguese troops broken there by the French. Big win there, really well done. Over on this side, oh, it's not looking good for the French. This British Wellington army over here trying to harass the French. And then we've got the light dragoons over here as well. They're just descending on this French line, trying to do what they can. I mean, the British are just chasing them down, trying to get as many kills as possible. We have the Black Watch here, getting up there, trying to kill as many of these men as possible. Are we going to see a charge here? Yeah, we're seeing a charge from the light dragoons going on to the dragoons here of France. The Emperor's Chambermaids, they're going to take their chances, try and break this cavalry unit here. There you go, the French cavalry is broken, and this is going to be a real problem for the French, as the British cavalry can just now descend freely on over this French, on any of this French infantry. Got the Queen's Light Dragoons going in here. Scarlet Lancers going in. They're going to try and rout this unit here. It looks like it can't form square. Morale is low. And that is another broken French unit there. You can see the French are in disarray. They don't know where to go. Fleeing for their lives in any direction. So many French breaking now. Massive problems. I've been moving forward like the Queen's Own Dragoons over here on this side, just bring them forward, keep these French running. I mean, because they are running for the town. There's a lot of them doing it as well. And it's going to be much tougher to take the town if there's a lot of French and, well, French and Allied troops in there. A lot of Poles going in that direction by the looks of it. But the British here forming a bit of a firing line across the river. Just not allowing the French to set up. I mean, they've got guns over here. Artillery being peppered. Looks like we've got a cav unit as well coming forward. More dragoons. Look like they've sensed a chance to maybe try and break more British infantry. But I don't know if they will. We will see. I mean, we've got the Highlanders over here as well, and the Coldstream Guards trying to do their bit, trying to break through. I mean, they might be able to break through this line. There's a lot of them, though, here. There's a lot of Frenchies over here. But yeah, we will see the Highlanders over there firing away. Look glorious they do. These Highlanders, I mean, they've seen a lot of action already. I mean, one of them got hit by a canister unit. I think it was actually the Black Watch here. Hit by a canister unit, but you know what? They don't give a damn. They're the Black Watch. They'll go straight in. They'll kill as many as they can. But yeah, it'd be good if the British over here could make a push against the French, try and force them out. But I mean, it'll be difficult to do that. I mean, we've got cavalry here. Look at this French cav in the back lines. The British infantry here in real trouble. It's a shame that the French cav can't run onto its own stakes. I was a bit annoyed. It's what I was trying to do with my cavalry, was bait the French onto their own stakes, but apparently it does not work, which is a shame to see. But we've got French cav, as well here, forming up. Got the squares going, and really the French be being really aggressive. Should be bayonet charging right now, coming for my squares, but they are not, in fact. So bit of a shame to see there, but well, we'll see. They might come now. They're getting quite close. They might go for bayonet charge. Still a lot of French cav out there pestering the British. Luckily, most of my British infantry can form square. I think all of it can, really. The French just firing, trying to do their utmost to kill as many of these damn redcoats as possible. The Spanish are still in the game. They've still got a decent amount of troops left. They're just trying to harass the French where they can. Keep them outside of the city. Just keep them engaged. And we've got some Polish troops over here and some French troops. They're engaged with the Spanish here. I mean, the Spanish always look so wacky as well. I mean, look at this unit. This unit from Valencia. It looks like it should be like a cavalry unit, but it's like an infantry unit. It looks so bizarre. So bizarre. Over here, the French still getting like absolutely annihilated right now. But I mean, the British are just rolling through them. I mean, they need to keep going because the French have got a lot of troops still left on this outskirt here. I mean, they've got even more as well, like 4 or 5 units marching into the town here. They need to be super aggressive here, and just like the British, and just get moving. I mean, they're reforming their entire army over here for some bizarre reason. Just get these boys moving. Just get going. Like they could just do with being more aggressive. The French are like getting time to set up. Just get going. I mean, there's a French unit in this town, or this like little capture point. Just storm it with, I don't know, any unit, probably like the Young Buffs or the King's German Legion, just anything. Get them in there because they just need to move on. There's so many French still here, causing a problem. But yeah, I mean, the Portuguese over here trying to retreat, trying to help take on this one French unit that's being super aggressive. The French are being fairly aggressive on this side, but they can. They've kind of beaten back the Spanish and the Portuguese here. And we've got Cav coming in. Look at that. That's going to rout that unit. Can form square, so it doesn't matter. And the same with this one. This one also can't form square, so this is going to get easily routed by the French. And there you go. Those 2 Portuguese units now gone. And we're about to see the Spanish lines just going to get rolled up here. They're pushing forward when really they should be retreating. And we're going to see this French cav, I think, just descend on the Spanish line. And they'll just get chain routed here. They're getting shot by infantry, and they're going to get charged by the cav. And there you go. That's unfortunately probably going to be the end of the majority of the Spanish army. They've not got much left in the game now. I mean, all these units are on like going from red to orange. I mean, back to green, but it's a very unstable situation here for the Spanish. This brave unit here can form square, but might get broken anyway. Yep, from the infantry, and there you go. And there's 2. I mean, look at this. All of these infantry just breaking now. It's a sad sight. This unit here, Infantry de Chinchilla. It's named after the rodent-looking animal, clearly. We've got more units, so these guys can form square, although this one can. They should form square, save themselves from the cav, at least, but I don't know if they will. And there you go. I mean, just an absolute capitulation there from the Spanish. The British now moving on. I mean, they've actually managed to get into this sort of town. There is a grenadier unit. It looks like a Polish grenadier unit just waiting in the building there. I think they're dueling with a Highlander unit. It looks like it's the Black Watch themselves. The Black Watch combat even losing slightly. So I mean, it's hard to say who's winning that one. But yeah, here we go. The French going in over here as well. The British battling on. The Scots and British fighting side by side against the French. The only way to unite two nations that hate each other by hating the French even more. Even though the Scots at one point like the French. Not anymore. They're not allowed to. Yeah, could really do again these Highlanders, get them into the building, probably just scare them out.
To the enemy.
That would be probably the best move, and then they can push across here. I mean, the British are they've got a little cab unit in here. They've got the Queen's Light Dragoons. They're actually getting in, routing a lot of French units here as well. They might rout themselves. They are in red morale. And there you go. They rout that French unit as well. It's a big win. They got like 2 or 3 units there. It's incredible. Really well done there by the Light Dragoons. But the British here are on the edge of the edge of the town. They need to get pushing in and just get going before the French can set up properly, because I mean they're already pretty. So yeah, these Frenchies are digging in already. I mean they're getting hit hard though by British volleys here. I mean we've got Robert Byrne in fact himself, the Saucy Greens. The Nottinghamshire foot here, the old Stubborns. I love that British names that they have for their units. It's great. Yeah, they're going to rout that unit easily. I mean, the British firepower is just far superior at the moment. It seems to the French just beating them back easily, doing a really good job.
Our men are running, sir.
But yeah, we have. I think the cavalry is finally giving in here to the Scarlet Lancers here. Finally, giving up the Ghost. And that is unfortunate. And I think, yeah, we have the final Spanish units over here, dying a death. Cavalry just chopping over here. I mean, these Dragoons must have insane kills. These guys got probably like, yeah, a lot of kills here. We've got artillery and infantry over here. Routing, being routed as well. And the Spanish are gone. Unfortunately, we have the King's Own Paget Irregulars here. Trying to do their bit. What do we got here? We've got King's, this is the Light Dragoon unit. Okay. The first Royal Dragoons, but yeah, these British troops need to get pushing hard. Just get going. The French setting up, and they're causing an old problem here. Causing a few problems. Got some Caçadores over there, some Portuguese troops supporting their British allies here. And the French dug in. You can see on the map here the red houses. The houses they still hold. They still hold one on this side of the river here, held by the Grenadiers. I mean, the British here just firing in right now. The silver-tailed dandies they're called. And what else we got here? King's German Legion, Herefordshire Foot. These guys need to hold fire. They're probably just shooting their own troops. It's not a good idea. The British are pushing across though here. You can see King's German Legion trying to harass the Poles where they can. And we've got what we got here. We've got cavalry. Oh no, we've got infantry. In fact, some Portuguese troops managed to charge in. And they look like they're going to take out this French infantry. Should be very impressive. I imagine the British and the Portuguese aren't that great in combat, to be honest. I said that the French are superior, but there you go. They managed it just about. Got a charge over here by the French or Poles and French. The Poles, in fact, and King's German Legion here. Let's see how they do. Might be able to win. Like I said, I put my money on the French or the French armies to beat the British in combat, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, another French unit on its way now. They're going to try and flank, and they'll probably rout this King's German Legion. Oh yeah, they're getting ascended upon. Poor guys. We've got more British troops supporting up here. Savage Foot. Gonna try, I don't know, get a volley. I think the British just overcommitted, that's all. And yeah, I think the French are going to get a good charge there, unfortunately. And that is a big loss of the British there. They're just got a decent amount of infantry, to be honest. The Highlanders still here and some East Essex troops. I like how in Toulouse it's like this strange mosque. Don't think that was really there in history, but you never know. But the bloody 11s. I mean, they just need to send in a unit. There's just so many, like... There's just a lot of goddamn grenadiers there that are just, like, taking pot shots easily. But the British on this side being broken, it seems. Not a good sign. It's, like, more Portuguese infantry going. Yeah, this whole flank over here with the Spanish is now gone. It's a shame they didn't just play a little bit more passive. They did have the quickest way to the city. They didn't really have to deal with a redoubt or deal with this river. But they did also have to deal with a solid line of French, and they should have just been patient. Waited on the British armies to smash through, as they probably were going to do so. And then just be patient. But here we go. We've got light dragoons coming up. I'm not sure what they're going for, but it looks like they have been broken. A little bit delay has just cost them. We do have, looks like British cav coming in though over here. We have the Portuguese cav. Not sure what the heck it's going for, but yeah, oh, there's British infantry and British cav, or Portuguese cav, sandwiching the Poles here in the streets. I mean, it's getting messy in Toulouse right now, it is. Getting messy. There's more cavalry here, actually, French cavalry, challenging the Portuguese cav. I mean, also doesn't help there's like French infantry in this building supporting their allies, making it doubly hard for the British to make any ground here. So many bodies, a lot of British ones too. French break just. Squares forming up here trying to stop this Portuguese cav making more progress. I don't know what the British are doing on this river. I don't know, but they're trying to form up, trying to shoot in. It's certainly very even right now. The British still seem to have a decent amount of troops, but the French are just hiding their troops in amongst these streets and just trying to be awkward and get some nasty angles. Oh, and the British are just marching a load of troops in front of themselves there. Hold fire, boys. Hold fire. Oh, that could be brutal. This could be nasty. Oh, yeah. Be careful, Britain. Be careful. This is messy. And France, look at this. And just sneaking around. This is going to make it all sorts of mess over here for the British. Got the bloody 11th of it. I feel like they should just go in and just take out this this grenadier unit. Just try and do some damage to it. It's starting to falter on the side here. As you can see, more King's German Legion starting to break. We've got Portuguese here still fighting on. How well they'll do, I'm not sure. We've got a cavalry charge. Oh, we've not got a cavalry charge, but dragoons over here just routing more British. It's just, yeah, it's getting messy. Over on this side, it's not so much bloody street fighting just yet. They're just fighting between the streets. Getting shots off here and there. Worcestershire foot doing their bit. And we have a general dying. We have Robert Byrne himself. He is dead. R.I.P. Robert. Now that's going to cause a lot of morale loss for this British army over here. This is not a good sign. And there's a British unit here getting caught out. I mean, it's just a problem. Like, you form a firing line, and then like if one unit breaks, it opens up, and it makes a lot of other units vulnerable. It's just a whole nightmare. It's not good. If the British can just hold this hold this bridge, then that'll be good. Stop the French from coming across. That's all we have to do.
Our men are running.
Morale is not looking great for the British here. I mean, it looks like we've had a charge from the French. I think that's over here. Yep, as you can see the dragoons for both sides here. Actually, I think these are cavalry battalion. Yeah, we have the Portuguese cav here trying to help out. French dragoons look like they'll survive. Maybe, I don't know. It looks like they just about survived. The British infantry here trying to get a good volley off onto the Polish lines. And the French cav also looks like it's going to survive just. And we've got some little skirmish units here breaking some Brunswick Jaegers, the Owls, a good name. They're gone with the British here getting engaged. They're getting pushed hard by the French. We still have grenadiers alive. I mean, these are light foot. They're not used to being fighting the strongest men in the French army, the grenadiers of the line. And there you go. Looking there, we've got more British infantry going in here. We've got a big Portuguese unit, in fact, actually. And the line, oh, it's looking rough. Put it like that. So yeah, lots of poles in here, lots of grenadiers. Grenadiers have broken. And here we go, we're going to see a cavalry charge coming forward. We have the dragoons. I thought they were going to go in, but maybe not. We've seen the Royal Dragoons over here. They look like they're going to have to take on 3 French cav units here. This is a lot of light. So they might have a chance, but here we go. The Dragoons going in, taking on Hussars. And a little Dragoon unit, actually. Yeah, it looks like a lot of Hussars and a tiny little Dragoon unit of the French. And look at that, Route 1, Route 2, and Route 3. The British Dragoons, the Royal Dragoons, they are supreme. They just routed everything. I mean, they did have support from the irregular horse on the way, but did not need it. It would have been better if they could have got over here, actually, that irregular horse, and routed some more Frenchies, but was not to be. Over here as well, the French still going in, bayonet charging. It's been so successful. And this is a little, this is a grenadier unit here, taking on King's German Legion. Looks like they're going to, I mean, this other unit might want to go in, the King's German Legion Fighting Battalion. I don't know, they are a fighting battalion. Clearly they're good in combat, you'd think, with that name. They got Wellington as well behind them. They got to protect their field marshal. Yeah, that unit's going to break. And we've got more Portuguese over here engaged with the Poles. It's even hard to see where units are fighting. And that's how I was feeling in this game when playing it. I was like, I can't even see where like all my men are engaged. It's like in chaos in these streets. So much blood and so many men are dying. The main push now over here from Britain. I mean, France is doing a good job, managed to take out just like the small aspects of the British Army, shaving it down, making it a little bit easier. I love that name, the Wonky Donkeys. What a name. It's probably the best British name I've seen so far. Louis Aniso Benedito. Great name. Bit more of a Latin style name, but yeah, and there we go. I think that's the final Spanish unit here coming in. Infantry of Don Carlos. Don Carlos's men are going to die here on the French bayonets. There you go, they are dead. We've got more infantry sitting up over here, trying to replace those Spanish troops that have routed. Offer some sort of threat here. I mean, the British army that's over on this side as well, very small. It's only got a few units left. King's German Legion. And then we also, yeah, got a few more units here. I don't know what they're really doing, just trying to reform. This Portuguese, don't know why I want to call it Portuguese. The Poles in here are still alive and kicking. We have French as well pushing across here, coming to retake this ground. But yeah, big push over here, it seems, from the French. They look like they're actually taking out more British troops here. It's not a good sign. King's German Legion, they are, yeah, looking a bit rough. And then we've got the Portuguese and, well, it's actually mainly just Portuguese troops here trying to hold the line. There is cav now shifting across Royal Dragoons and the irregular horse, which is a Dragoon unit itself. We have Wellington here as well. Well, actually, I think this is the same Wellington. He's retreated quite a lot. But he's watching his Portuguese men are getting gunned down. Hold the line, boys! And there you go. I mean, we're seeing the Spanish troops here battling away with the Polish troops, sorry, battling away with the Portuguese. I mean, it's a good opportunity here for the Dragoons to take out a lot of French infantry that's like in combat here. When the Portuguese actually managed to take that one out, it's impressive. But now they've got to deal with 2 others. I mean, I don't think they will manage it, but these guys might also not be able to form up in time for the Dragoons as they charge in. And there you go, the Dragoons getting into combat, knocking down these French infantry easily and getting in amongst the ones over here as well. Kill them all, boys, for king and country. We got 2 being killed off there. That will like start a wave. And look at this, routing like 4 or 5 units. This is a huge win for the British. It's not like any of this French infantry can form square. And even if it can, I honestly think since it counts as like heavy cav does the British Dragoon unit, they should just be able to break through squares because like cuirassiers can. But yeah, that's like 5 or 6 French infantry units just broken there in that one charge. That's impressive by the British cavalry there. We've got more fighting going on over here now that the British cav is nowhere to be seen. It's like a tiny little French unit here taking on the, which unit's this? The Dorset Foot. And the Dorset Foot came out of that one on top. Well done to them. Over here we've got the Gloucestershire foot as well, trying to do their bit. Harass them, boys. I can see a cavalry dying, but oh, there's a cavalry unit back here. A small French cavalry unit. Looks like he's taking out Beresford, I think. Yeah, I think this was a bit up for contention because this unit here, of cavalry, actually pulled through a combat to get to Beresford. So there was a bit of complaints from players in this one that this unit pulled through, which is a shame to see. But hopefully, it can be taken out by the regular horse here. I don't know. They could also threaten all this Royal Military Artificers. There you go. That would be Beresford dying. But yeah, Royal Military Artificers. They look like they're like an engineer unit or something like that. I didn't realize they were also light infantry. That's cool. They look they could be under threat there. They can't form square. The Berkshire foot cannon and the Dorset foot cannon with the cavalry still alive. I thought it was breaking, but it's not. But the British are actually turning around. Looks like they're gonna put a volley into that cav. Ready when you are, boys. Fire when ready. Oh, or not. They're going to form square. Oh, and they got charged. Got Polish Grenadiers charging in here. They look like they're going to break that infantry. Can the cav charge in here? I feel like there's a patch irregular needs to charge in. When they see an opportunity with French infantry going into combat, you got to take them out. Got to take them out. Here we go. You can see the French going in now with their Polish Grenadiers. And they're going to see if the dragoons here can be able to support. That would be a big win if they can. But yeah, this Dragoon has got to get in there and try and take advantage of the situation. There you go, Dragoons helping to rout with the Grenadiers, rout that infantry that can form square. The Dragoons, I think, are gone, but the Grenadiers have not. And here come the British Dragoons, and they should clean up what remains of this Polish infantry unit, Polish Grenadier. I'd imagine. It is routed. Often, I think that unit's a general unit, so they might need to make sure they kill every single last man, because unless they have, don't have a general or like don't have any other units, they should be fine. That's a big win. Put it like that. French over here breaking. The British hanging on this side of the river over here. Managing to scare off two other French units there with like their three piddly little British units. Another one they're breaking. That's a shame to see. So they're down to 2 units there. Barely an influence really on the fight anymore. The French, I mean, they were battling hard. You can see how far they got into the city to the British, but they're being pushed out gradually by the French at the moment. Unless this British cav at the moment can make a recovery for the British, which you might be able to. And the British are now swiveling around here. This area is like the next area of interest that we were thinking, because it's quite open for the cav, and we were thinking if we can get the cav into play, we can rout some good units. But we'll see. Portuguese going in here. Portuguese breaking. I don't know why we tried that against the Poles as well. The Poles are doing like absolute God's work here for the British, for the French. Sorry, the British sending in the Royal Military Artificers though. Which I don't know if they're really like a sap unit, but there are 25 of them, and they're winning slightly. So if they can take this building, that would be huge. Don't know if they can, but the French morale is dubious, to say the least. But actually, the French one's worse. There you go. I think the French actually lost their general in there, so that's huge. But morale, I mean, again, morale not looking great. If they could get in there with their infantry, that'd be good. But it doesn't seem like they can. At this point, you can see I was saying why the British need to be so much more aggressive when they were out here reforming their army. And the French were just filing into the city in like great numbers. They needed to get a move on, did the British, and just get in there and just stop the French from reforming, because they're able to hide lots of units now, like Grenadiers and the Poles, which are pretty good melee, and they're able to just like attack on multiple fronts and cause so much damage. We've got Soult over here himself. This is the one unit, one army that was able to bring Soult. He is, I guess, just roaming the streets, looking all the British dead. Yeah, there isn't too much going on at the moment. So I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit, because there isn't. I mean, there's a little bit of a line fight, I guess, going on over here. Actually, the British pushing back the French, but maybe that's all part of the French plan. They've been pretty good so far with their plans. What have we got here? Just British Queen's Own Germans and a Portuguese infantry. Polish and Portuguese today be my bane. Mixing them up like if my life depended on it, I'd be dead. Like, which one is it, Polish or Portuguese? I'll probably know the right answer, but just say the wrong name. And I don't know. I guess maybe that's just from commentating. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the battle. If you have been enjoying it, make sure you have left a like, subscribed if you're new around here. Comment as well, you know, just let me know what you thought about the battle, who made mistakes where. I always love to have your input on stuff like that. It really does like mean a lot to me. And yeah, if you want to get involved in some of these scenarios as well, feel free to join the Discord. The link's down below in the description. We're nearly at 1,000 members, which is incredible. It's like 1/7 of my like YouTube like support is like on the Discord. So like, and there's a lot of new stuff on there, a lot of like unique stuff that we like do on there, like tournaments and screenshot competitions, and find out about videos and get involved in them there. It's definitely worth joining if you have Discord. But there you go. It looks like the Portuguese, I think they might rout the French here actually. That was a pretty good volley by the Portuguese right at the last minute. Yeah, really well done. Did their job. The French, it's fine that they got 4 of the units to send in, and I mean the Cavs up, which is good. Got the Queen's Own Dragoons here, they're ready to go. The regular horse. Where else? Oh, the British are dueling still over here, but it's a tiny little unit. But you never know, these tiny little British units can they can take on bigger French ones, that's for sure. I mean, they're actually so much better. This French unit's actually not that big anyway. It's pretty piddly. Looks like a sapper unit. Perhaps. Oh, rip in peace to these guys. They just got gunned down. The Britain coming forward here. I guess they're just maybe baiting, hoping to get the French to come into melee. They're hoping that they'll do it with the Cav just like sitting in behind, just patiently waiting. It's a good idea. I mean, the British over here as well, also sending up infantry flanking here. If they can get a little bit of a flanking fire on as well, even better. I mean, the British could just maybe charge in their cavalry now. I mean, it's worth a go. I don't know if these guys can form square. These boys here, give them a volley. Looks like the British, though, I mean, looks like the French aren't entertaining the British for this. They're actually retreating quite a decent amount of troops. And there's, what, 6 against 4? Really, the British should win, but, I mean, they've lost generals, morale's looking a bit bad, and, I mean, they're a bit tired. Who knows? The Holy Boys, though, I always believe in the Holy Boys. And we've got the silver-tailed dandies, they're still going. The British names are just great. They really are. So, cavalry's moving forward. It's maybe edging itself forward, ready, knowing there's a charge on the way. The British look like they're going to go. Maybe if the British go into bayonet charge, they have a chance. There are also French units just hiding in these like little squares, waiting. There's more down here as well. We've got Sultan nearby. So many columns. Look at this. We've got Polish Grenadiers here. We've got more infantry here. My gosh, it's like incredibly stacked with reserves.
Oui, monsieur.
And the British actually, you know, push back the French. I mean, I think it's all part of the French plan, though. Sneaky French looking for an idea. Let's have a look, though. We'll just fast forward a little bit. The British just, you know, forming up. Looks like they're going to maybe, I don't know, try and get some flanking shots. I really don't know. Oh, yeah, look at this. I mean, I don't know if the British can see this, but the French are sneaking down these little alleyways here. We've got, looks like a Polish or Spanish. I'm not really sure with the uniforms here. They could flank in, but yeah, they've got opportunities here. I mean, the Cav is kind of not set up in the right spot for this infantry charge here. And they're going to sneak around, and they're going to get in, and they rout the Queen's Own Germans very easily there. And Ingo, yeah, they're just going to rout these Portuguese there. Good volley onto the Poles there, but it does not matter. The Poles don't even give a damn. And in come the Dragoons. They're taking their time, though. Most of them are stuck. What has happened? The British have been unfoiled by a fence. It's all gone wrong. Some French are breaking, but yeah, I mean, I think it's not helping that the Dragoons are stuck on the wrong side of the goddamn... I think the Dragoons are broken, in fact. No, they're not. They're still alive, but they're nearly breaking. And this is not a good sign here. The British try to form up, trying to do a flanking shot, some flanking volleys, and they get charged here. And that's morale gone there, and it doesn't help that they're seeing their allies start to break. The Dragoons over here, the British Dragoons charging, could be a little bit futile. And there you go. I think they've all broken there, which is a sad sight. The French, it paid off in the end. And now they're going to be able to charge these last few units over here, which is just infantry. But yeah, we'll fast forward now. It looks like the French are going to hold on. I mean, the British had so many more troops. And the French just managed to use the streets against them. And just like hide little little assault teams almost, you could say, like in the streets, and just get good charges off on the flanks and stuff. In melee, the French are so much better. The British just need to keep the French in the field or just catch them in the field. Yeah, they just couldn't keep the French in the field long enough. They killed them a bit too quickly, you could say, almost. Like they just didn't let the French just stay out there long enough, draw more forces into the field, make the French feel like they had a chance. It didn't help also that the Spanish army over here kind of got evaporated pretty quickly. Probably should have just kept themselves in the game, like I said, because they were just, if they were passive, then the British were eventually going to just break through anyway. And the French army over here, I think, was the one that was mainly intact, just came back inside and garrisoned here. If it just stayed out in the field, being worried about the Spanish army in front of it, or even if it attacked the Spanish army, the British could have then maybe encircled or just or flanked that French army and made it a much more difficult situation for them. But yeah, we got French troops charging in here, and they're going to rout these Portuguese troops easily. That's no question about that. But yeah, we'll keep fast forwarding. I mean, there's just not much left to see now. It's just the mop up now as the British and the Portuguese get killed off, unfortunately. But yeah, it's been a pretty good fight. The Battle of Toulouse, we're going to see a change in history, it seems. I mean, the Cav is still alive. Which I guess there is hope then if some other royals could do something, but yeah, it does seem like history is going to get changed here. Because the French are just relentless. They're winning every fight right now. These Poles especially just leading the way. Cav coming in now though. I mean, it's just running down the streets. It's hard to see what it's going after, but yeah, they're in the streets here, killing off looks like the Polish grenadiers maybe. I'm not really sure. And they're charging into squares, but all this infantry here. I guess if they could break all this. This is the Royal Dragoon unit, so it's a bit more elite. If they could rout these French troops here, that's a bit of a win, I guess. That'll make much of a difference, but there you go. We got Cav charging in here as well, helping to break another infantry in here. Well done by the Dragoons. They're actually, cleaning house a little bit. They could break this French unit as well. Morale is, taking a bit of a dip. Yep, looks like they're going to break that one as well. Very nicely done. Now I charge into this Polish unit, which is trying to run away, but it is failing to do so. I just charge into that one while the British are hitting it with artillery right now. A 6-pounder, and we also have infantry here trying to do their bit. The British over here, they've been scared out. We've got Royal Dragoons, and also Wesley here. He's trying to, just stay alive, keep his Dragoons' morale high. But yeah, they might shift around, I don't know. We've got the Dragoons over on this side and the artillery and an infantry unit, and that is it really for the British. They haven't got much left, but there isn't much of the time left either. Oh, they got another artillery here, but yeah, another 9-pounder. It's really not going to make much of a difference. I don't think at this point they're not going to be able to take the city with artillery and cavalry alone, I imagine. It'll be very difficult. I mean, you've got to storm a building to start with, so that's always a bit of an L. They're not going to really manage that. 100%. That is now fallen down, so it's really well done there. I don't really know what the... I think they've got to take the LOC and hold it. But I think they may have routed one unit, but it doesn't really matter. They can just send in more units and occupy the other parts of the building. But yeah, the British here just retreating. Like their remaining troops here, trying to, I don't know, centralize. But I don't think they're going to take Toulouse. I think the French might hold it. Just about. The British will have to bring in reserves from Spain.
Yes, sir.
Keep volleying, boys. Turn those guns. Hit whatever speaks French. But yeah, we'll just keep fast forwarding, really. There's not much going on. Artillery just firing at the buildings, just inflicting damage. I mean, yeah, it's just all there is. There's a British infantry unit coming forward here. The North Gloucestershire Foot going to challenge the French. It's a bit bold of them to even think they'll take on the rest of the French army. Maybe they're trying to bait in the cav. I'm really not sure. They've managed to move up. We're getting shot there. That's pretty good of them. But yeah, there's about 6 minutes left of the replay, so I don't know if this is all cat and mouse really. But yeah, we'll just keep fast forwarding for the moment. There you go. Yeah, the British here taking a few shots. We've been getting hit hard here. Volleys! Hit them hard, boy. Hit them hard. We got, yeah, just a lot of Poles over here. Actually, I don't know what these. This could be Spanish, to be honest. This could be a Spanish infantry unit. I'm not sure. There you go. The British forming up. We're gonna have the cavalry charging in here. This is the irregular horse going in. They're charging. They didn't form square, did the French then. They're going to rout that unit out of the British. Can they get the flanks of these ones here? I don't know. Yeah, they managed to rout that one. That's a win. Can they get the Gloucestershire Foot as well? The cavalry needs to go in now. These guys look like they're going to form square, but the Gloucestershire Foot charges in. I think the idea is to rout this unit here, but the cav looks like it could just take a face full of musket fire, and that's also going to break as well. And now we have the Royals going in. And that is going to head into catastrophe as well. They actually did just kill this general here. Wow, just an irregular Polish unit. But yeah, that's unfortunate for the British that they only just found him now. I mean, this Polish unit's been pretty average. Doesn't seem like he can form square at all. That's just been killed off. Yeah, the Royals now deep in enemy lines. I mean, they actually got into this final square here, did the British cav, and there you go. That is the infantry, the cavalry mopped up, and that is the last hope for sure. And now it's just a mopping up of infantry. So yeah, I'll just make a quick cut, and I'll show you guys when we get to the end results. So I'll see you guys in a moment. So yes, there are the end results. As you can see, the British did lose. I was playing as one of the British armies, playing as one of the Wellington ones. I was assaulting from the south with the Spanish. So yeah, I had an okay game, nearly getting 1,200 kills. But yeah, G, who was the from his replay, from this perspective, it's his replay. Getting nearly 2,200 kills, as the other Wellington army did a very good job. And then we have Richard the Lionheart playing as Beresford, getting nearly 1,200 kills as well. And then Cyrus getting short of 400, as the Spanish had a rough game. And like I said, probably being a little bit too aggressive. Johnny Le Buffoon playing as one of the French armies, getting just short of 700. A very poor game for him. Usually see him getting thousands of kills, but not today. Well done to him, to Don, to Paranoid and Peasant, who all did incredibly well. Paranoid getting nearly 2,000 kills as the French. I believe he killed off most of the Spanish army. But yeah, well done to Peasant as well, getting over 1,000 kills, and Don nearly 1,000. We'll have a look at the unit stats. Got the Scarlet Lancers here, 224 kills. The other, like another cavalry unit here, the Portuguese one's getting 210. I mean, all his Dragoons did well as well, 184. The Cav had a great day. Then his best infantry was actually a Portuguese infantry. Then we had Robert Byrne getting 157. But yeah, there are the rest of the kills. Another Light Dragoon doing well, King's German Legion as well. But yeah, some good kills there. But there you go, guys. That is the Battle of Toulouse here today. History has been changed. France has won, and they will survive for now against Wellington. If you did enjoy, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're on here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.